So, welcome back to this one. When me and Sarah were on last, we took a massive break of around 10 minutes. Decided there was more to say, so here we are. Welcome, Sarah.
Ross changed his hat to give the illusion that it was a different day. Tosser.
Look, if I make real snippets of it, then it looks like I'm on a different day. Because I generally wear a white t-shirt. Look at you scruff wearing the same outfit for a podcast. God,
yeah, no,
2 minutes later. Right then, so you want to talk about some of your posts and obviously go into more depth on them.
I think it's such a short... The posts that I do, right, there's always such a short length of time that you can actually talk for on a reel. Otherwise, people don't watch it. And if people don't watch it, Instagram don't push it. And people get bored. So if you're on the podcast, you kind of want to listen a bit more.
So buckle on down. Let's go for it.
Which one do you want to start with? Which one of you found most interesting recently? Dun, dun. Ross watches like 10.
The one about when to start now, or when's the best time to start?
You're such a twat.
Got ya.
Yeah, because that was an interesting conversation I had with someone on the phone. It's like, when is the best time to start the gym? And we had this whole conversation. It was like, do you know what it is? Actually, the school holidays is always deemed like the worst time to start because the kids are off school or you've got holidays planned. Everything's just a bit chaotic.
For people with kids?
For people with kids, but even just this time of year, it's like it's holiday season. People without kids are going on holiday. Do you know what I mean?
Actually, here's a little one for you. Like, so the people who have like passed the kids or whatever else, they've all left school or whatever else, they tend to go outside of the holidays because they get the cheaper holidays.
Yeah, they go outside of the holidays, but it's still basically like May through to September is peak holiday season.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See, you've thrown us already.
When's the best time to start? And the lady who you had a conversation with on the phone too.
It was a man, actually.
A man.
But yes, obviously people will look at it and go, oh, well, there's no point in starting yet because I'm going on holiday in like 3 weeks. Or I'm going on holiday in 5 weeks. And it's like, but, I mean, especially parents, if you start the gym when everything feels a bit chaotic, you've got to work that little bit harder to nail the habits down that's going to get you the results in the end. And if you start when it's easy, you don't know how you're going to handle it when life's throwing you curveballs. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you actually start when it's hard and you're having to really nail down and think about the structure of everything, when you're willing to take the time to think about, you know, what you are willing to do, what you're not willing to do, what you value in your life, and you make it work and you see progress, when things get a bit easier, it's a walk in the park.
Yeah.
Like, do you know when you're talking about something and you're like, oh my God, what a fucking revelation that is. Like, it blew my mind a little bit, but it is. Because I was thinking about it and I was like, that probably is the time when things are a bit of a mess and a bit chaotic and a bit hectic that you think you actually do say, well, actually, I value that element of my life.
Yeah.
That's what I'm willing to do. That's what I'm not willing to do. And then you can design your plan around that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. It's. I was on the phone to somebody, and they did sign up with us, and it was like obviously where we sign people for like a minimum of 3 months to start with, like it's initial period for them to see if they enjoy it, whatever else. And she says, "Oh, I've got a week's holiday in whenever it was, like within that 3 months." She says, I'm my best off starting after that. And I was good. If you start after that, you're going to have something else in that 3 month period. Mm-hmm. I says, there's not a 3 month period in your life where you're not going to have a clear run. Mm-hmm. And I says, there's always going to be something. And I says, you'll be fine. I says, like, don't put this on hold because you'll just constantly put it on hold. It's like people having a baby. Like, it's like people having a baby.
I'm curious to see where this one's going.
No, well, imagine if you tried to wait until all your ducks were in a row to have a baby.
Oh, yeah.
Like perfection. Like your job secure, your mortgage is paid off, whatever you've got.
No one would wait until they paid the mortgage off to have a child.
Whatever, they've got three years. But at the end of the day, because you're looking after a child till at least minimum age of 16, it's like, do you really have 16 years worth of backup money? Because those would be all the right times. And it's like, it's the same when people are starting this fitness journey. They think that it's like, oh, with this and this and this. And then like, even to the point of, like when you're saying when is the right time, it's like, we've had, oh, well, I want to lose a bit weight before I start, or I want to get a little bit fitter before I start, or whatever else. And it's always just these little things. And it's like, you're never going to be fucking ready. And you've just got to fucking start. Yeah?
You're never going to be ready to have a child, just have one.
Well, yeah, that as well. At the end, 7 billion people on this planet, no fucker was ready, were there?
I don't think you're ever ready until it lands, and then it's like, oh shit.
And even if you think you're ready, especially for that, you're fucking not.
I think when you think you're ready, it's even worse, because when it arrives and you realise that there's no plan, there's no manual.
Yeah.
You've got to go with the flow, and people need to see a health and fitness journey in the same way. You've got to fucking go with the flow. You've just got to start. You start, you go with the flow, you learn things along the way, you soon sharp realise what you value, what you don't, and you build up these new habits that help you. Doesn't make it fucking perfect, doesn't make it a clear run, just makes things a bit easier.
Yeah, it is quite a good analogy.
It is actually, now that I'm talking about it, actually, yeah.
Because it's like you're never ready, and then when you think it's going to be rainbows and butterflies, oh, I'm having a baby. It's like, oh, I'm joining a gym, I'm going to get mint results. You're fucking setting your alarm 5 in the morning. You're kind of like, coming out of the house. Yeah, and then you've got to actually put the fucking work in. And then there's that pain element for the first few weeks. And then it's wrapping your head around all these things. It's like, I thought I was just going to get fucking results. Yeah. Isn't it?
Does anyone ever really think that when they start the gym?
But the kid, oh, look at me baby, it's so cute. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it looks cute in that one photo. I mean, I'll tell you what, we can use Joe's baby, do you know what I mean, as an example here. So little baby Mabel, like, awesome in her pictures. You're not seeing the 23 hours of what Ruby's fucking going through of like fucking a crying baby all night, fucking shitty nappies.
Do you know what it is though, right? Mabel sleeps.
Well,
I always ask Joe, right, because before they had Mabel, Joe was like, she can be easy, Mabel, like proper laid back, and you know when you think, you're gonna get a shock. And I don't think he has. I think she's actually a really good sleeper.
But you know what I mean. It's
I do know what you mean, but like, yeah.
It's like, it looks like results. Oh, I can get these results. And it's like, you haven't seen the shit behind it. So basically, back to your post. Don't have a baby. No, it's it is just start, and that's it. Like, it's gonna be a fucking roller coaster no matter when you start.
But you're potentially going to learn more from actually starting when it's a bit chaotic.
Yeah. Well, you're going to learn from doing. And the only way of doing is starting.
Nice.
There we go. Crop that one out, somebody. That little bit what I just said at the end. Should I do one of my posts?
Go on then. Which one?
I mean, I'm quite like very surface level a lot of the time, or I'm a bit ranty or whatever else. And just like within the last few weeks, this is such a simple one. It's not deep or anything like that, but it's that I struggle with male ideas. And the second bit was like, bullshit, you lack consistency, not creativity. Loads of people, when they're on these fitness journeys, whatever else, it's like, always, I need new male ideas, searching and hunting for male ideas, like, all the time. Hey, this is so professional.
We're looking at topics to discuss.
Topics. But this one's like, people think that they need to be this Instagram chef and for everything to look pristine, for everything to be perfect. And the difference between these people who I've noticed in the many years of coaching people is like the people who are always like asking for new male ideas, are always trying to cook something to perfect, or I only cook things from scratch. those kind of people, those people tend to get nowhere. And when you look at all these fitness people, the people who are in the best shape, the people who you say you want to look like or whatever else, their diet is boring as fuck. They eat the same stuff over and over again because it fits into the macros, it fits into the life, it's easy to make. Like, they've just found what we always say, like, find a handful of breakfast, find a handful of lunch, find a handful of dinners, and just rotate it.
Yeah.
Some high protein snacks, and that's it. That consistency there gets you the results, not the creativity of your food. Yes, food should taste good, but within those meals, imagine only having to make 3 breakfasts what fit your calories and your protein goals. Those 3 breakfasts, if you really nailed it down, they could be lush every time. Mine are nice. I love mine. I love me lunches. I love me dinners. And there's nothing wrong with that. And then if I do, because of the way I live a balanced life, if I want to have a meal out, I will. But the consistency of just rotating those meals without, I need a new meal idea. And the
meal ideas, meal plans.
Meal plans especially. Like, you don't need a meal plan. You can get some guidance from a meal plan.
You can get guidance from a meal plan, but I think often meal plans are... People will ask for a meal plan when there's just bits of the work that they're not willing to do. They're not willing to give up alcohol. They're not willing to actually look at what foods they enjoy eating. They're not willing to track everything. They're not willing to try to get the protein in. So they ask for a meal idea. They ask for a meal plan because then they can blame that. People looking for a way out or to point the finger of blame instead of being like, look, if you want results, I'll get you them. But this is what you're going to have to do to get what you want in your head. Why do you want that? Why do you want that? Does it really mean that much to you? And if you do really want that, are you willing to sacrifice X, Y, and Z? And half the time it's like, well, no, I'm not. Right, okay. So let's figure out what actually works for you. Let's tweak things. Let's look at your week and what you place value on. Like, if you want to go out for drinks with the girls on a Friday night, let's factor that in, right? That means that the rest of the week you're going to have X, Y, and Z. These are your repeat, consistent, boring meals that work because that gives you that freedom. But I want a meal plan, for fuck's sake.
It is how many times like we've been like, I need a new, like, a meal idea. It's like, I get it. Get a meal idea, right? So there's thousands and millions out there. Every fitness person, because at the end of the day, especially on social media, I hardly ever do recipe videos or recipes or anything like that. And when I do, them are my best performing posts.
Because everyone's looking for a meal.
Because they get so many saves and all the rest of it. But it's like, okay, for all those people who have saved it, have you now implemented that as your breakfast every day? No. Fucking what you doing? Like, that's as simple as it gets. You could go on to 3 different people that could give you 3 breakfasts. There you go. Stick to it. Mm-hmm. If that meal has inspired you, right, that's in your recipe now. Do it. Why are you looking for more?
It's almost like trying to overcomplicate something that's quite simple.
Yeah. And
we like to make things difficult for ourselves, don't we?
And it's when people get, it's boring. It's like, it's just different. That's it. It's just different to what you had before. And I always use this analogy of like, yeah.
Sandwich, the same meal deal, the same ham sandwich, the same bar of chocolate, the same packet of crisps.
And the same kind of pop. So it's like, but they've had that forever. And they've had the same Chinese on a Thursday night, Fishy Friday on a Saturday, Sunday dinner on a...
Fishy Friday on a Saturday?
Fishy Friday on a Friday, sorry. Fishy, obviously. And then they've had a Sunday dinner at the Nans. Do you know what I mean? They've always had the same rotation. Their shopping will be pretty much the same every week. Mm-hmm. And then when they get on a diet, they think that every meal's got to be completely different. Even though what they were doing prior, when they were unhealthy, out of shape, overweight, whatever else, it was that you were eating the same shit. They gave away, I changed me curry once. But even then, like even a takeaway, we tend to get the same things anyway.
I do.
Well, you do, yeah, exactly. And when I do get one from the Indians or go out for an Indians, I will just change the curry and that's it. I still get the same naan and rice. But it's like, but they think that when they're dieting, it's got to be this hard thing. Like they're making it harder for themselves when they don't have to.
It's like one of the best things you can do when you're actually starting a journey. I'm actually going to stop using the word journey. I don't like it anymore.
Okay.
Off that series that we watched. The best thing you can do is to actually think, what do I actually enjoy eating? What are my meals at the minute? My meals on a night, okay, right, I have spaghetti bolognese. Right, okay. Do you eat pasta? No, I just fucking chuck it all in the pan. Right. Best thing you can do, because you like that meal, your family likes that meal, your children like that meal. You don't want to have to make something for yourself and then something different for everybody else. Look at the portions, change it up so there's enough protein in that meal and not overdoing it on the pasta so your calories are through the roof. There you go, one meal, happy days, happy household, happy you, no drama. Just do that with your other meals. There might be a couple of meals where like actually they are shit in terms of what you want to achieve from starting at the gym. They're not going to serve you. So we might have to look at those, but let's figure out what you do actually like and what will work in your lifestyle. Pointless giving someone a meal plan saying, right, you've got to eat this, this and this at this time every single day. If they work the wagons and literally they're just in the van all the time, like it's not easy.
Yeah.
Can't microwave things. Do you know what I mean? Or if someone's got no time at this point of the day, it's like, right, okay, well, if that's the busiest time of your day and you can't afford to cook something, you haven't got the time, I'm not going to make you wake up half an hour early to make a proper bloody breakfast. Just, we'll have this as like your quick, convenient sauce, and then we'll factor in other elements throughout the day. It's like, it has to work for you. And no meal plan will tick a box for every commitment you have, every taste bud you've got. Like, the more you look for meal ideas, the more you just confuse in your own head. Like, what do you actually like eating?
They turn into a fucking food snob even though they were a scruff prior to that.
Judgy.
It's true though? Is that true?
Sometimes.
Do you know what I mean? What's one of your posts? I think that's my rant. I didn't think mine would have lasted that long.
You clearly had a lot to say on it.
I think because I've said it so long, that's the thing. And it's like, I hear it so much. And it's like people saying, have you got any mail ideas? And it's like...
I mean, there's the one about labels.
Go for it.
So obviously we did the podcast, didn't we? On dropping the label.
Yeah.
And there's so many new ones floating around, even just since we did that podcast. How long was that ago? 2 years? 3 years?
3.
3 years ago, Drop the Label podcast.
Actually, I thought it was 2, but then it come up with memory of Alex 1, Alex 2 on the podcast 2 years ago.
Mad.
So yeah.
Mad. Yeah, so 3 years ago, and it was all about dropping labels and how like we let labels define who we are. They become who we are, and we live our life around said labels. And the reel that I did was short and sweet, but it essentially was like, we need to stop letting labels basically become our excuse for not doing what we said we were going to do, or what we want to do, or what we want to achieve. Because the more we latch onto these things, the more we drift away from what we actually said we wanted to be. And then you just get stuck in this rut. It's like, I'll use menopause as an example. It is hugely talked about now, more than ever, and it's about time that it is talked about. But, and you can fucking chow me look off about it as much as you want. Just because we're talking about it doesn't mean it should be our introduction of ourselves. I am such and such, I'm going through the menopause. I can't do that because I'm menopausal. Bullshit. Menopause doesn't make you fat. Menopause impacts certain elements of your life that knock onto everything else. That's the reality of it. But the minute you latch on to, I'm menopausal, I can't do that, you're putting yourself in a position of weakness. You're putting yourself in a position of, I'm just going to fucking let it roll all over us. And that's where you suffer. That's where women suffer. Because it's always been talked about in the past, quietly between women in households or friends, and it's the fucking end of your life. Like, every story I've heard of menopause is horrific. Everything. Horrific. And I'm only just now, especially now that I've started my course, seeing it as, actually, we have to change the mindset around it as a positive experience in our lives. Like, it's a transitional period of our life. And my course actually calls it like the second. Fuck me. Oh, I've got my brain fog.
You only told us yesterday actually about it. Was it the second coming of your life, like the?
It's puberty. It's the second puberty.
Right. Okay.
Think about all of the feelings you experience as a teenager going through puberty. Like, fuck me, what's this? Oh my god! Like, some people.
What's this?
Like, what's this? Like, some people like felt shame, embarrassment, different ages. Like, we all go through it. Lads go through it as well, and lads need to remember that when they've got like a wife who's losing her mind a bit because she's going through the menopause. Like, think about how you felt going through that transition.
A long time ago, though, for most of us. Like, if say women, your wife's going through the menopause, let's say 40-ish, 45, whatever it is, like beyond, say
35.
Let's go in the middle, 40, okay? So 40 will go in the middle. But like, at the end of the day, when I was going through puberty, that was 28 years ago. It's a kind of hard time to like reflect on it. I can remember little bits.
You can remember little bits, but it's just...
Probably the involuntary erections.
What, when you used to have to stick them under your belt.
Yeah.
But it's like, there's so many things that we forget that we experienced through that time, and they're likely to be the same things that we think about and experience going through the menopause. Some women will feel embarrassment. She has a hot flash, she goes bright red and she's sweating her tits off, and it's like totally involuntary, and she thinks people are looking at her, and it's like, it's happened before.
Yeah.
Just different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like...
So where's this on the label inside?
It's not... I'm gonna circle back to it because I'm on one now.
Okay.
But no, like it's like it's a transition in your life, similar to one that you've been through before. And actually, if you switch your mindset and stop like attaching that label to yourself of I can't do that, I'm going through the menopause. I can't do that, or I'm putting weight on. It's just the menopause. Like, if we stop attaching that label, we can maybe reflect on it a little bit more and make the whole process experience a little bit better for ourselves.
People just, I mean, going back to your old podcast, the drop the label, so it comes back to people wanting to add that label to themselves, and now it has become, I don't want to say popularised. What's the word? Like, it's at the forefront. Do you know what I mean? Like menopause. Like, we use the menopause one as an example. But it's like people have attached themselves. I mean, it probably is going to come to the point of where it's going to say somebody's name on Instagram, I'm in the menopause, or menopausal.
Oh, fuck off. No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
I will put 10 grand bet that there is people out there with that.
What, in the bio?
In the bio. Of course there will.
I thought you were thinking about the brackets him, her thing.
Oh, no. Just in the bio, yeah.
Right,
just
okay.
in the bio. Because people do need that. And it goes from a range of stuff as well, not just menopause. It's like there's so many things out there where it's using the as an excuse, isn't it?
It started as bipolar,
Yeah.
back pain, depression.
Yeah.
Those were the main ones, and they were
Yeah.
then talked about. And the more it got talked about, the more it was said.
Yeah.
The more people use that label as a crutch.
Yeah.
Now it's fucking food noise. What the fuck? Food noise? You mean your appetite?
Yeah.
ADHD, menopause. These are all conditions that are being talked about more and more and more, and I love that they're being talked about, but we're treading a very fine line of these conditions and things that we live with, which are fucking horrible for some people, by the way.
Yeah.
They are. They change your life. They impact things. It makes things more difficult. It is more difficult to lose weight in the menopause, but not for the reason you think. But if we give ourselves that hall pass of, I've got this, I've got that, because it's now socially acceptable to say you are, you're fucking yourself over. Because you start living your life in that way subconsciously. And that was the whole point of the podcast before. It was like, you start making choices and making decisions based on this label, because you've said outright, I am this. You then have to prove that you are.
Yeah.
And you're not proving anything to anyone. Like, why do you feel need to then prove this situation to anybody else?
Using that as just putting a barrier up against what you're capable of.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Because it is, like I said, it is more difficult. Fucking anyone says it's easy, lying. It is more difficult to lose weight. I keep going back to menopause. Because it does change a lot of elements of your life and how your body works, how fucking tired you are. If you're having night sweats and you sleep shit, you're going to be knackered. You're subconsciously not going to fidget as much. You're not going to move as much. You're going to move slower because you can't be fucking arsed. And that's when you've got to dig deep and go, do you know what? Yes, I can either let this railroad us be miserable, or I can go, okay, you're kicking my ass all over, but I'm going to fight back.
Exactly. It's the whole. These are the issues what are going on, but what can I do? What can I do to better myself? And then it's like focusing on that instead of always focusing on what they deem as the symptoms.
Or what I can't do.
Or what I can't. If I physically can't do it or whatever else, physically can't do it, then you can't.
But what can you?
But what can you do? But if there's like, if you're listening to fucking Dr. Google, whatever else, or fucking Wanda from down the street, Wanda. I've lost my train of thought there. But if you're listening to the symptoms and just, it's always that barrier, like, you're never going to get anywhere. At all.
I mean, making this personal, right? Not me. You.
Mm-hmm.
Still don't know 100% what it is. Potentially some form of arthritis. You could have just gone, arthritis, right, okay. Google says I should do this, says I shouldn't do that, right. I'm not lifting weights, I'm not lifting heavy, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. Okay, right, okay. What's the matter? Why are you not doing it? Oh, I've got arthritis.
Yeah.
You've done what you could. You've adapted the training to suit. You're pushing when you feel up to it. You're doing fucking everything you can with your nutrition to like add bits in that are supposed to be good for it. And you're taking some things out that are supposed to be bad for it. But like, you're trying to manage it and you're doing what you can when you can, and you're not being a victim. Unless you're talking to me about how you've had to hold the banister walking down the stairs for a bit of pity. Do you know what I mean?
But I'm not, it's because you always ask us about, like, how did you walk down the stairs now? I'll tell you every single day of, like, where it's at. But yeah, like, it was a good however many, couple of months, 2 months, I think, where I could hardly train like hardly train. Like I think there was a few weeks where I couldn't even do anything apart from, well, this was the case. It was like, well, what can I do? And it's like, well, I could actually get my steps in, and I could sort my nutrition out. Like I kept my nutrition to the point of where, like I stayed lean. I actually dieted down for the villa like a bit, and that was without training. Do you know what I mean? And then like I have had to adapt. This is by no means a pity party or whatever else.
Well, no, it isn't a pity party, but
yeah.
at the end of the day, it is. Like, at the end of the day, arthritis is a fucking big deal.
Oh, it is.
People who live with arthritis who are like, I mean, obviously, we don't know if it is that. Mm-hmm. But if it is the start of that, there's people who've been living with it for years, and it is generally a progressive thing, and they get worse.
Yeah.
Like, it's people crippled with things, and they keep going the best they can with what they have, or they stop everything.
Yeah.
And who fares better?
I am listening to the doctors in one, but I didn't listen to the doctors in another way, where he like
go swim and don't lift weights.
Go swim and don't lift weights. But at that point when I seen him, I was feeling better in the gym.
Yeah.
I started to lift better, and at this moment in time as of recording this, I'm feeling on fire at the minute. Like I feel like mega strong, whatever else, and I've changed like a load of my diet from what I've read, and it is about just making those things. Like I could have used it, like I can use it as an excuse. I could use it as an excuse not to train. It's like my grip isn't there, but it's like on pull day I can fucking strap myself in. Like there's ways and means, and it's not to the point where I'm being stupid and like trying to make it worse or anything like that. I am just going to the point of which I can go, and that's it. I mean, it's took so long to be able to train my legs again, but now it's feeling good. But I'm still just taking those little steps. I'm not just going, right, I can squat 140 kilos again. Boom, boom, boom. It's like I'm building that up.
Mm-hmm. The point is, you haven't potentially had something. I mean, we are hoping it's just the reactive one, where because you had a flu, so hopefully it'll go away. But you haven't just let it take over your life and what you want to achieve and what you want to do and what you love doing. Like you've dropped the label. See what I did there?
Drop the label. Yeah.
But yeah. I felt passionately enough to do it then, a whole podcast on it, and there's even more now. And I still feel very passionately about it. If we make our lives around labels that we've attached to ourselves or others have attached to ourselves or conditions that we're living with or whatever else, we don't move forwards.
Have you got a label?
Fluffy.
Fluffy.
Have I got a label? I think I battle with them in my head all the time. And like try not to let them take over my life. Ooh, I don't know. Have I got a label?
Nah. I think we talked about this on your very first episode of Drop the Label of like, mom, duh, business owner, duh. But I'm thinking in my head, have I even got a label? But I don't. It's like...
I could have. I could, like... I mean, I don't know what's going on with my hip, but it's ghost. I could talk about the fact that I believe I am perimenopausal to the point where I went to see a menopause specialist about it, and she agreed to give me a HRT because of my mood swings. Yeah. But I'm not talking about like I am.
Yes, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because you could attach it to yourself straight away.
I probably am.
Yeah.
I believe I am.
Yeah.
I haven't figured out where I'm going with it, but it's like I don't want to let it make me its bitch, because I have heard so many bad stories, and I think I'm the type of person where if I listen so much to all these bad stories, like with childbirth, I'll make it bad for myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like if I've got any. That's the thing. It's like I'm thinking of all these like, oh, coach, and it's like, but I'm not just a coach. Like, oh, it was going to sound so cheesy there, do you know? Like when Ricky Gervais was like
In the office.
Entertainer. Boss second. Do you remember it? Because it was like, I love like obviously just having a laugh with everybody. But you don't want to attach. I wouldn't want to attach. Just imagine attaching yourself to entertainer. You'd be trying to like woo all the time, or even coach all the time. See how my face changed. Like coach all the time, because then it's like you're a coach and you've got nothing else going on. Or like even entrepreneur, because that's like, oh well, you value business over everything else. I'd say you're a combination of it all. So if I was to say put that one label on myself, it's like you have to sort of act up to that self. And I suppose that's where it comes back.
That's what it comes back to. You have to act up to the label that you give yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but in your head you do. Well, I've said that now.
Oh.
Because it you must watch this to know what they're on.
I like that one then. Yeah. I think we should just end it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boom.
Just us having our minds blown by our own conversation.
Yeah, I think we'll end it there.
I'd be really intrigued to know what people actually think of this topic.
Write in the comments below. Go for it. Yeah, I think we've had our minds blown, so we'll end it on that one. Yeah, call it a day. Well done. You ready? We'll do a